Welcome back to the channel, good friends. I have my furry sidekick next to me, ready to get to work. And I want to put some tire shine on these real busy Yokohamas. Knobby, raised lettering, just a very busy tire. And I want to get a tire dressing on there with no sling, obviously, and something that looks really good, but not overboard with gloss. So today I'll be working with a tire dressing applicator and a tire dressing I'm not very familiar with, and I want to share the results with you, so let's get started. Now the tires on the Lx470 are relatively clean except for one thing, and we'll get to that. But if you do want a tire shine or tire coating or tire dressing to last, look its best, get the most out of it, you want to get the rubber as clean as possible. So get your Adams tire and rubber cleaner. Name it down in the comment section what your favorite tire cleaner is. An APC is perfectly fine. Doesn't have to be the most expensive one out there. This APC in my hand, picked up a gallon at a dollar store, and it gets a lot done for its price. Not the strongest, obviously going to be watered down. If you find a product at a grocery store or a dollar store, it's going to be watered down for the customers that come in and buy that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, there's liability. But look how it breaks down the dirt and the yellowing and the browning. You can let that soak a little bit. And I'll have to until I find my tire rubber brush. And we'll just go around and thoroughly clean rubber. And rinse thoroughly. And I'm going to do this for as many rounds as it takes, no matter what cleaner I'm using. That when I agitate with a brush, it's not turning it to a brown froth. Then that'll satisfy me that the rubber is clean enough and ready for a tire coating dressing. And I believe much better already. It's not breaking down into a goopy brown mess. So one more trip around with the stiff brushed tire shine. Much, much better. Rinse thoroughly and then use either forced air to speed up the process or let it air dry completely before putting on your dressing, coating, tire shine, whatever. Rubber's clean, dry. Let's get a piece of tape. Kind of divide the tire in half, give you a 50-50 shot. And what I'll be working with today is the Armour Detail Supply tire conditioner and the Vonix little cleaning brush applicator. Let me see if I can get this out of here one-handed. Real soft bristles. The only issue I have already, it's tiny. It looks like It's made to put tire shine on a Matchbox car, but we'll see how it works. All right, we'll do this side of the Michelin. We've got our cute little tiny brush, the Armour Detail Supply tire conditioner. Let's load up this brush. Spray right into the, kind of spread the bristles apart and spray into them. And then in circular motions, we'll massage it into the rubber. And then finish up with straight lines. Time to load. I mean, it's so tiny, we already used up what we sprayed into the brush. No problem. If this looks good, I have no problem with taking a little bit more time to get this on. But it could be a little bigger. Okay, so that's just one layer. We'll leave that be. So see what it looks like after cure. There's no cure time for this that I've seen. I do want to use the bristles of the brush to get in there. Make sure there's no kind of buildup on the tread of the tire, so there's no sling. This is a no sling formula, so I shouldn't have too much to worry about that. All right. We'll let that be for a while. Okay, while we're waiting for the tire on the Sawhorse to cure, let's wipe off these dots on the new tire. I know we covered this a long time ago. Those that remember, let us know down in the comment section what these two dots for. They're a different color for a reason, and they're in a certain spot for a reason, and they're close to the bead for a reason. So those that remember, refresh our memory, please. And all it takes is a little bit of mineral spirits or thinner or whatever to wipe all that off and get it nice and black and uniform again. Okay, good friends, let's get to this. Warning up front, this is going to take a little bit of time. I mean, this is for the size of something like an RC car, but let's get to it. Okay, so obviously I went heavy around the ribbing of the tires here where it's knobby. And I'm going to let that buildup sit in there and see if that cures dry so there's no sling without me having to do anything. Normally, if I have that, it gives me a hard time. I just take a little bit of forced air. It spreads out by itself that way. Let's let that cure and see what it looks like. Let me walk you around and show you what it looks like initially, right after I applied it to all 4 of the Geolanders. I mean, it looks good. Tire shine itself, and even the little mini-me brush. What do you think? 2 paws up? 1 paw up? Okay. Let me know down in the comments section what you think. How does it look? All right, let's get back to the tire that's on the sawhorse. All right, this has been under the heat and some sunlight from a window in the back there for most of the day while I've been doing other work. Let's remove the tape. I mean, it looks nice and even. So the brush does help with that. I don't know how much it helps, but I do like the look. Not really blotchy, dry to the touch. All of that buildup that was in the corner of the tread has kind of cured. Yeah, it's dry to the touch. It would be good to go. It would be fine to drive. When it does come to light dust and water repellency, you'll have to find out in your environment how that would work and last. But, well, let me grab the hose and we'll just mist some water, see if there's any repellency at all. I'm not sure exactly what the cure time is before these tires are allowed to get wet, but it's been here the whole day under the heater. Okay, water repellency, I'm not impressed at all whatsoever. I can see that it's starting to reject it a little bit. I do want to let this dry completely on its own without touching it to see if the look is still there once the water has been dried off. But I don't see any crazy beading. There is an attempt to kind of pool the water together and let it run off, but nothing aggressive anyway is the best way I can put it. So let's let this go for a while. One final walk around at the end of the day before we pack it in for the weekend. Looks fantastic. I like the look. Goes on nice and easy. Durability is going to be the question. I don't think it's going to last any longer than any other dressing that's available today, but I do love the look. I'm glad I have a bottle on hand. So the conditioner or dressing is the Armour Detail Supply Tire Plus, and this little guy here. The neat thing, this cap here, when you slide it back in the cap, will keep any tire dressing that you used from getting on whenever you set this. But I'll have this lost in 2 days, I can tell you that. I'll put a link for both down below so you can investigate further if you're interested. That will be it for this video today. If you have used anything that we did in the video, share your experience from your environment down in the comments section to help others. This thing is really close. There's some things I do want to finish up on the interior. It's taking a little time to repair some of those areas, and I do have 2 pieces that I'm still waiting on with shipping. It's not the easiest thing in the world to find parts for these anymore. Worth the wait, because I love this. I would love to see the expression on the owner's face that took this to the auction to sell this now that it's pretty much almost completely refurbished. I love it, and I have a couple viewers that are waiting for it. For those of you that are waiting for it, the time is coming. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I'll catch you in the next video.